Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Time Pass. I have with me Radhika Apte. Finally, Radhika, we get to see you during the lockdown. We have been suffering from major withdrawal symptoms. Not seeing you in all our streaming videos and all our streaming series. It's left a huge gap in our lives. Where have you been, Radhika?
I don't know. Am I in that many streaming things? No. I've just been in London the whole time, and it's been really nice to be away from everything. Actually,
Yeah, I think you'd really worked hard in the last couple of years. I think you were in possibly every movie that made a difference, from Padman to Andhadhun to to every streaming thing on Netflix, the OTT queen, so to speak. So you took a conscious break, right?
no.
No.
I mean, we all have taken a break. It's not really conscious. So no, this lockdown happened, and I had to come to England for some reasons anyway. So I came. I thought I'll stay for a few days, and then I've just been here since then.
How has it been for you?
I mean, to be honest, it really, I mean, it feels a bit strange because the world is really going through terrible things.
Yeah.
And I mean, economically is one thing, but people just, I mean, I think the people who are um, suffering the consequences, which are the byproduct of all this, is just enormous. And I think population is such a massive issue in our country, and it's just terrible. But to tell you very honestly, in my personal life, it's been fine. It's been great. I have absolutely nothing to complain about. It is actually really good to get a break because I've been working around the clock since 8 years, and I've not taken a break like this, and it sort of forces you to think about things that you've been avoiding to think about. It forces you to. It just makes you. It's so much time at your disposal that to understand what are your priorities, and do you really like your work? What do you want to do? Do you really want to pursue this? Where do you want to live? Um, and for the first time, the first beginning of the lockdown, I experienced this thing of not having FOMO of anything, because you don't have to be anywhere and you can actually do what you want to do. On the contrary, because people were having a problem with we can't do anything we want to do, but I was like, actually, I felt like I could do, like I wanted to do nothing. I could do nothing and not worry about, oh, if I don't go for this award ceremony, then
Right.
it was gonna be like, oh my God, it was so great.
Or you don't wear this dress advised by this stylist, and you're going to be boycotted or
I'm
whatever.
wearing this lipstick. I haven't even washed my hair. It's horribly dirty. I haven't worn makeup. And so today I found out that, oh, I have to suddenly go live like 5 minutes ago. So I wore lipstick after 2.5 months. It's so nice. I mean, it's really stupid. I mean, I know it's stupid compared to what's going on in the world, but still, it is my life and these are things happening. So
But you've been writing, or you've been watching your own stuff, seeing how you what your craft was, how you can improve it, or have you been doing your own writing? What have you been doing in that sense?
I've been doing a lot of writing.
Right.
Um, and I
Just
don't
so
know.
that people who don't know, you wrote the episode of Last Stories.
I didn't like that episode
You
actually.
did too, according to Anurag Kashyap. You did.
Anurag says anything. I didn't write it at all. It's not. I haven't written a word of it. Um, actually, no. I wrote a short film and I directed it
Oh,
last year. And we just got into the Palm Springs Film International Festival. So
congratulations.
thanks. And so I'm trying to develop that further. And I'm also writing, I've written some other things. I'm writing in the process of writing some other things. I don't know if anything will get made or whether I would even want to make it once it's finished. You'll know, right? If it's even worth making for. Sometimes you lose interest, sometimes you just can't finish it, sometimes you think it's shit anyway, sometimes you like it, you want to make it. So I've not reached that stage yet. But I've been wanting to write for the last 3 4 years, and finally I've got the time. So I'm really enjoying it. Writing, actually, never done it before, so it's first time.
Have you been watching some of your old work?
No, no, I don't watch my own work.
You don't? But last year was quite productive for you in terms of the work you did internationally. I just saw the wedding guest, which I loved. I
Oh,
think working with Michael Winterbottom must be fantastic. I can't even imagine. And then Dev Patel. And then, of course, you played a Pakistani, which was an interesting angle. I wanted you to talk a little about that. Then we'll go on to talk about Liberté and the ashram as well. Because again, Liberté is quite fantastic. To play Noor Inayat Khan is, I think, one of those things that is a dream, isn't it?
I mean, I'll talk about all three briefly.
Please do.
Ashram, I don't know what to talk about Ashram. It's really old.
Right.
I shot for Ashram 4 years ago.
Okay. But it was released last year
Oh
for
yeah,
some reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Um, and I also have a very small part in Ashram.
Hmm.
Very small part.
Yeah.
It's Melissa
It's
Leo.
not like wedding guest.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I've literally a tiny part in Ashram.
Right.
Even Liberté, I think the best part about Liberté was actually to work with Lydia.
Yeah.
Adore her, the director of the film.
Right.
She's an excellent human being. And also to know more about Noor Inayat Khan and do research, and that was really good. But again, the film is predominantly mainly about this one American journalist, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Lydia and I always struggled with, like, we had so much information and so much to tell about Noor, and
Right.
then so. But it's a really lovely film, and um, it was quite enriching that way. Wedding Guest, again, all of these are shot like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wedding Guest was very different because I've never worked with anybody like Michael. Like, the best part about Michael's shoot was that we had a smallest crew and we were constantly traveling, constantly on the road, and he's constantly rolling the camera,
Right.
constantly.
Yeah.
So you're always, whatever you do is captured, and he doesn't say much, doesn't tell you much, and
Right.
uh, you know, I really like him. I really, really like him, and I really enjoyed working with him and Dave.
Yeah.
Uh, I personally really like Wedding Guest.
Yeah. So does
Uh, yeah, a lot of people like had very mixed reviews, feelings about it, but I personally really like it. Um, I feel it's about this girl in it is very brave. Um, yeah,
and it's so liberating. I mean, without giving too much away, but that last scene when you're just on your, your moped or mobike or whatever, just going off. It's just so wonderful. It's that feeling of just escaping and just not running away, but freedom.
hmm
It's is that what attracted you to it? Apart from, of course, I think working with a great ensemble, great set of people.
predominant. Of course, it was Michael, and but also, as I said, the character. I think it's a very brave character, and to be free and to fight for your freedom, you need
Right.
great courage, I feel.
In a sense, Noor is a lot like that because she's also fighting a for freedom, at a very difficult time, and
Yeah,
part of a sort of sisterhood.
yeah.
Did you get a sense of that? Because it looked quite accurate in terms of historical details and all that. And I think Stana Katic is, again, quite an amazing
Yeah,
collaborator, isn't she?
yeah, absolutely.
We all know her from Castle, of course, but there's
Yeah,
more to her than that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. She was great, actually. She's so much fun as well. Um, yeah, Noor. I mean, Noor Inayat Khan is an incredible character, but very different from the one in Wedding Guest. I mean, I think Noor is very sorted.
Yeah,
It means that she was a pacifist, and I mean, it's just such massive contradictions. Like, you're a pacifist, you're actually part of the war, and you're in, like, actively involved, and still she had her principles very, very clear.
right.
So yeah,
Is there a longer film that you would like to do? We'd love to see more of Noor, isn't it? I mean, she
yeah,
lends herself to a fantastic series or, maybe a movie. I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, I don't have the rights, so I don't know. I don't think so much about things that are not in my control. If they make it great. If they don't,
You want to talk a little about the short film you've written?
not really at the moment
Are you
because
in it?
no, I'm not in it.
No?
No, no, no. Of course not. No. I have two wonderful actors and a beautiful, beautiful little girl. I have Shahana Goswami in it and
Oh,
Gulshan Devaya. I
wow.
think they're both incredible.
Right.
And there's a little girl called Dipali. I'm going to post about it today
Wonderful.
because we just found out, and yeah, we can make it official. So yeah, I don't know what will happen with it yet, so just don't want to talk about it much. But yeah.
Radhika, when you look at the work that's coming out of London, England, when I see some of the series there, it's become so diverse now. That old idea of the stereotypical Indians, a lot of that has changed. And even in America, you have people like Mindy Kaling who are really pushing boundaries. And whether you criticize it or not, I thought Never Have I Ever was a great attempt at actually showing what Indian American lives are about. Do you see a more diverse world where people like you can actually work anywhere? It doesn't matter.
Um, it's not very it's not very great yet, I don't think, in the sense that yes, you have people doing it, and I mean, my God, thank God for them.
Yeah,
But I was just talking to, but I say this all the time, like apart from Yesterday, which is a Danny Boyle film,
right.
where the protagonist is Indian,
Yeah,
British Indian,
yeah,
and there's no reason for him to be British Indian.
exactly.
I mean, it could be anybody.
Right.
Um, we don't have such parts. I mean, when there's an Indian, British Indian or American Indian or whatever Asian caste, there's a reason why. Um, so that needs to change. And we talk about one example sometimes,
Hmm.
so it's still like needs to change. Um, I do want to do more work which doesn't belong to any particular place, or
Right.
just like doesn't really get categorized into, oh, this is Indian or this is
Yeah.
British, or
Right.
so I do want to do that. I do. I'm really fighting for that, so let's see if I
Is
can.
that a struggle if you do that in London? Is it easier if you go to New York or LA? But then, of course, you have to be there for a while, don't you?
No, I think I've trust me, I've auditioned for years. I have been here, I've been to America, I've done all the meetings, I get really big auditions.
Yeah.
It doesn't work yet. I mean,
Oh,
at least now, at least they're auditioning people who are of different skin color and different accents. Earlier, they didn't audition. Like, so at least they audition now, and things are changing. Definitely, like 100% they're changing. But I don't know. I'm a bit tired of just auditioning and waiting for them to cast me. So I'm trying to see if I can be a part of making things also,
yeah. Yeah.
on in some way or another, whatever the capacity is.
Right.
Let's see. I mean, these are just thoughts. These are just coronavirus lockdown thoughts.
They're very useful thoughts.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah. I think so.
but what is the reaction that you get when when you're auditioning? Do they still expect a certain kind of physicality, a certain kind of skin tone,
No,
accent? No.
the casting directors are very sensitive. You
Right.
see, the thing is that people here in this industry have become very sensitive. Whether they
Yeah.
cast you or not, they've become very sensitive to this diversity and ethnicity
Right.
and all of this. So they really appreciate that you have a
Right.
different accent and different skin color.
So it's you don't face any racism there. I guess it comes later.
It's not racism. It's also like numbers. I mean, why do you cast a huge star who can't act in
Hmm.
Bollywood films?
Hmm.
Because of numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's also about what is going to sell and what works, right?
Let's go a little back to Bollywood now and talk about numbers there. Your films of late have done fantastic numbers. I mean, look at Andhadhun, which is a huge hit in all places of China. I don't know what your experience was, but did you go for the premiere? What was it like? No,
No,
that's a
no.
bit okay.
Did anyone go for the premiere? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm saying that suddenly your movies also, started showing the numbers, did it change the perception people had of you as being a very art house, indie kind of actor to more commercially viable?
I don't know. Yes and no, because I still get rejected for projects that I really want to do, because I'm not commercial enough, and
Is commercial enough for them?
whose name can get numbers,
Right.
who has history of good box office. Um, so I don't have that.
Batman and Andhadhun doesn't
It was
count?
me, no?
Oh, okay.
So I still get rejected. Having said that, I have lately gotten offers for some, like, a bit of like a rom-com from a big production house and this and that, but I'm not doing any of that. So
No?
no,
Why is that?
didn't like it.
What about working in other industries? How has that experience been? Kabali, working with a huge star like Rajni.
It was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
But I haven't worked in another industry for a while. But
Yeah.
I mean, working with Rajni is like a great experience, like working with a legend. So
Yeah.
it was really amazing. Um, I mean, he's so down to earth and he's a true artist. I mean, he has no qualms of being a star, and yeah, he's just so dedicated and disciplined and so kind, generous. Um, and he has his own school of acting.
Yeah.
So
Did you
great.
learn anything from him?
No, I don't think I'm ever capable of doing what he does. I completely a failure. I wouldn't attempt. I'm like, I can't do it. I know I can't.
But you've also worked with actors like Fahad Fasil, who's so good and so
He's so great.
and not so well known. But again, what a fantastic actor, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I've been meaning to contact him. I do want to. He's doing such great work.
Amazing work. Yeah.
So I like, I'd love to see if we can collaborate again. But yeah, I don't know. But he's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, is there a lot more interesting work happening in Malayalam, in Tamil that you really look out for? Are there directors or actors whose work you follow?
I mean, no, 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 I don't actually. But you hear about great films and then I watch them anyway. Every industry has a wave. Like Marathi
Marathi, yeah.
had a thing, but now it's not, again, gone down a bit, and now
Right.
Malayalam industry is suddenly
Yeah.
spoken about, and but I mean, of course, regional industries have already always been, um, in the Hindi industry is so huge, and there's so much at stake all the time, and people are taking lesser risks. That's the problem. The bigger you
Yeah.
get, you take
The,
the lesser
yeah.
risks you take. The smaller you are, the more risks you take. That's the problem. Whereas in Bollywood, I think people have the money to fail. It's okay to fail, and actually they have the capacity to change things, I think. But I'm not a producer, so it's easy for me to say.
But you want to create things, do you want to create them in a specific geography, or it doesn't really matter, does it?
Don't know. Just thinking about it still.
What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? I've been watching, just now I'm watching I Know This Much Is True.
Oh, it's very depressing though.
Very, very, very intense.
So
I
depressing.
auditioned for it. They flew me to
Really?
New York. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For which part? The wife?
No, no, for Archie Punjabi's part.
Oh my God.
But oh shit, should I be talking about it like this? It's
Of
okay.
course you should. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got rejected. I mean, that's fine. I can talk about it. But
Suddenly she's everywhere again. She was in Run as well. Did you see Run? Phoebe Walter
no, I
Bridge.
haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it. I
Oh,
really
you
want
must watch it. It's so funny as usual because it has
to.
her, and she's in it in a big part as well. When you see it, you'll realize she's so funny. But again, she's in it again. So suddenly she's sort of on a in a
That's
way,
great.
yeah,
That's really great. But she got the part, obviously, and I didn't. So I met Derek Cianfrance, and he was so lovely.
right.
We had a really long meeting. It was really great. So, and I'm a big Mark Ruffalo fan.
Oh
So
yeah, who isn't?
he's so nice.
Yeah,
He's so
and
good
there
at the
and there are
series.
two of them here. I
He's
mean,
so excellent. And
yeah,
Derek's work is so good. Oh my God,
yeah,
his series is really good. It's
yeah.
great. Um, so that I have to watch the fourth episode today.
Okay, but it is so depressing. I've just seen the fourth episode. It takes a lot out of you just watching it. What else have you been watching? Did you see Defending Jacob?
No.
It has Chris Evans and Michelle Dockery. You must watch it. Again, a little depressing. I'm sorry.
Defending.
We're only talking about depressing stuff.
Uh,
But
no,
is
I've
it
actually been avoiding watching depressing stuff. That's why I've not even seen Patal Lok.
okay?
Uh, because I
No,
just.
that's actually not depressing. It's liberating. It's very funny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's very
What's
funny
about it?
very funny because Jaideep's character has a weird sense of humor as well.
It's still violence, no? It's still
Yeah,
those.
it is.
This one's killing and chasing, and then there's anxiety. I can't. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not in that mood. I watched Schitt's Creek. I absolutely
Oh,
adore.
it's lovely.
I watched it all over again. So I watched it twice. Then I've been watching films actually.
Right?
I'm not I realized I was taking too much pressure of like, oh my god, good time now, you have to watch something every day.
Right.
And
And
I
educate yourself and see
yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening.
So I'm not doing that. So I watched like a film in 3 days, you know. Uh like I just yeah. There's too much content. I can't do it.
Have you been reading?
I read a lot actually in the beginning and then I just stopped. So at the moment, I'm not reading anything. I've just ordered a couple of books for research though, which for what I'm writing. But apart, I'm reading for what my research is. So
Right.
I spend time reading books and lots of things online. And but after that, I don't feel like reading more, and I watch something really time pass and go to sleep.
What's it like living in London right now? A very different London from what you're used to. Is it more anxious? Is it less walkable? No? Is it okay?
Parks are full.
Yeah?
Everybody's holidaying, everybody's
Yeah.
partying and picnicking, and it's fine. It's great.
There's no such thing as social distancing.
I mean, there is people try to maintain 2 meters when they're walking and all, but in the parks, I don't know. Of course, there is. Like, everybody's like, yeah. And now you're not even allowed to meet people in the park and picnic.
Okay, so things are sort of back to normal almost. But
Not really. You can't take the train. I mean, you can take the trains. People are going to work. Uh,
right.
I had to take a train and bus and everything last week, but I've also been cycling and
Yeah.
yeah.
Through the city.
Yeah. I've been cycling, but good. I finally have been. I wanted to cycle in London. I didn't, just lazy, and now I'm finally got a cycle. Yeah.
Have you been in touch? Of course, you've been in touch with your family in Pune, but what are things like there? Your parents are doctors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they part of the whole coronavirus?
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of patients in our hospital at the moment,
Right.
so so they are a part of it.
So,
Yeah.
do you hear of that anxiety?
They are not anxious in the least.
No, they produced you. They can't afford to be anxious.
They're just never anxious about these things. I don't know. They never are.
So, what is it that you want to do once the lockdown is lifted? Say you can travel back to India.
I have not thought about it yet, actually. I genuinely haven't. Um, I'm quite happy with not knowing what's happening tomorrow. Actually, I'm happier that way.
I believe you're happier.
I'm
I
happier.
think it's just a sense that perhaps the sense of the last 8 years for you, Radhika, were quite, I mean, you put in so much work. I mean, you did what, 40 films and lots of streaming. I mean, there's a lot of work that was packed in. Did you get a moment to even think sometimes between movies, between auditions? And are you therefore, that's why much more relaxed and calm now?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I really wanted to be an actor. I
Yeah.
really did. I still do. I love acting. It is. I absolutely adore it. I hate the recognize. Like I hate being recognized on street. I hate having to do PR interviews. I hate. Like I don't like the other things that come with it as much. because, and I'm saying this because some people love it. Some people love stardom. And I like it when it is convenient for me, when I get free things. But
Like, what are the free things that you've got, Radhika? Dresses?
dresses, cosmetics, lots of nice cakes and like food things, and like, anything free, I'm very happy.
You're
Yeah,
just a giant baby. Not so giant, but a
I mean,
baby.
people don't admit it, but everybody loves free stuff. Okay, no matter how much money they earn, if somebody's giving free things, I'm very excited. Um,
But don't you have to return the dresses, Radhika?
no, but they get something out of it. No, if I post it for
Right.
free, then they get something out of it. So, um, no, I'm just, that was a joke. What I meant was that I don't really love the stardom part of it at all. I do like my job, but the truth is that, and I have been very grateful. I am grateful for being so like getting so much work. I've done so much work and all of that,
Yeah.
but it still, comes to a point where you feel like, okay, still this one project that is happening that, I really want to do, I don't get it. Why? Because I'm uh, for reasons that are not like, not nothing to do with acting, and I do feel that in India, I'm not generalizing it, I'm just saying a little over average at least, more than this thing. We don't compromise on other technicians. We have great technicians.
Yeah.
Acting department, we always compromise on,
Right.
you know, because you will take a better cinematographer than the other, but you won't take a better actor than the other.
Right.
You would take the bigger star than the other,
Right.
and it has nothing to do with performance. So it's a bit frustrating that you are trying to do all these other things
Yeah.
uh, to get parts, like get more famous, get another brand, get seen, be seen outside restaurants, or wear great clothes outside airports, rather than do more workshopping, go learn something, get better at your skill. uh, you're just doing these other things because they matter more about whether you're going to get a job or not, whether a cinematographer will watch more films and learn, like, get his techniques to be better. So it's a bit frustrating to be doing that, and then you're fighting and you're struggling with com- competing with people who are younger, or with like whatever surgeries on them, or who socialize a bit more, or in the right circles, for projects that you don't even really want to do.
Right.
So I mean, I'm just talking by and large,
Yeah.
and so the small ones that you do want to do, you just don't get it anyway. So I'm just this lockdowns made me wonder whether what is it that I really want to do. I think a career change is not a bad idea.
No, I mean, you could always write more and you could always direct rather than always being the actor or the
Well, I,
star.
I like acting. Like, I really enjoy it.
So, what career change would you like?
Maybe like start a restaurant, or I don't know.
You're a good cook, right?
I'm a very good cook. Yeah,
Yeah. What do you make normally? Like you anything or you
I
bake
make
a lot or
I bake a lot. Like today, I'm making grilled squids,
wow,
grilled squid and grilled tiger prawns with spring greens. And
fancy.
it's not really fancy. It's like,
It looks sounds nice.
it sounds nice, but we have a great fishmonger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which part of London do you live in without giving too much away?
Don't ask, because
Or
I
you
get
will be
recognized
you'll be
everywhere
stalked.
on the streets here.
Yeah,
I just because of the lockdown now, everybody knows who's in the area.
right.
People don't have the time.
Yeah.
And now I go running and people are screaming, Radhika, Radhika. I'm like, I'm running. What do you expect? I stop running and now like come and say hello to you. I appreciate that, but people like it just I can't deal with it. So I don't want to tell anybody where I live.
Yeah, you'll possibly be stalked while you're running. So
No,
anything is possible.
it's been happening and it never happened before. I think people are watching too much of Netflix.
But seriously, I was watching that lovely little interview you did with Netflix on in New York,
Oh
where
yeah.
they're talking to you and they're asking you when are you going to be back on Netflix, and you say, "But you have to call me." So seriously, are they calling you? I'm sure they are. There must be lots of work that you're being offered.
No,
You're just not telling us.
no, actually, no.
You know?
Netflix hasn't called me for any work.
What about the streaming series? What anything exciting that's come to you?
Um, Streaming series. Oh yeah, I did a really good. I mean, I shouldn't say great because I haven't seen it, but I think one of the best experiences I've had shooting. One of the best. Um, the title is not confirmed yet. It's for Hotstar,
Okay.
and it's this series with Vijay Verma. So it's me and Vijay and a
Oh,
wonderful actress called Kani, and it's a futuristic mockumentary series.
right.
It's a comedy murder mystery with robots and AI and us, and it's so good. It's ridiculous. It's so funny, and
So you shot that.
yeah, we finished shooting this year.
Oh,
Uh,
lovely. So
we had
we'll
a
see it.
great time. Yeah. So they are editing now, and next year I'll start shooting for Shantaram.
Oh, wow. Who's doing
Yeah,
it finally?
I
Meera?
also don't know. Oh no, not Mira. Um, I
Because
don't
you
know.
remember Meera and I were supposed to do it, and yeah,
Yeah. Then Apple bought it. I mean, now Apple has it. Apple's making it. But exactly who's doing it, I don't know. They're just reworking everything. So I don't know actually. I've been completely out of touch with everything in the last 2 months.
so we're
Um,
gonna see you back. Were you? Did you audition for Suitable Boy, or did
hmm.
you want to?
Oh
No.
yeah, I did. I got rejected there also.
Oh, come on.
I did. But Shahana got the part, and I'm very happy she did because
Right,
she's incredible.
right. And she's, as you said, she's in your movie as well.
And oh my God, she was shooting a Suitable Boy where Lydia is the producer,
Yeah.
and I said, please, I knew Shahana and Gulshan, and I was like, I am not casting anybody else.
Right.
And they had a problem on the set in Suitable Boy, and their schedule changed 2 days before my shoot, and I found out that no, not 2 days, 4 days before my shoot, and I found out that Shahana won't be able to come anymore.
Oh,
And I got the panic, and because we were already on the location, I had to go on the location, and
where
then
was that? Where was the location?
this is in Maharashtra only,
Okay.
and I remember Shahana and my whole crew was like, "What are we going to do? Who's the
Yeah.
actor?"
Right.
And we didn't have an actress,
Oh.
and me and Shahana were like, "Something is going to happen, and she's going to come." We thought it's just wishful thinking. I mean, producers will get horrified with this story, but and then she came, and Lydia made it happen, and she
Oh,
said it's just that I'll send her for 1 day less. So I spoke to the crew and I requested them, and they agreed, and we did a 24-hour shift.
wow. So
Terrible.
how long did it take you to shoot that film?
4 days,
4 days.
and then 1 day in Bombay.
Did you enjoy that process? Being
Absolutely
in
enjoyed it.
control?
Loved it. I
Yeah.
was shooting bricks, but I loved it.
So basically, you need to be in a situation where you're controlling the narrative.
No, I like to surrender as an actor, completely surrender,
Right.
and work as well. So I like both.
But it has to be worth your while. I mean, the director has to be someone who
I
you,
respect.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Have you been on sets where you don't necessarily respect the director?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you who
Yeah.
that will.
I've also been on sets where I really respect the directors, like really, like I'll fully devotedly, like be devoted to them, like
Right.
Anurag Basu and Sriram and just name it, like Balki or so many of them. Actually, I'm gonna forget names.
Hmm.
Lina and Harshvardhan, and I am forgetting names, isn't it? But there are too many.
Right. So you've got this Hotstar series that you talked about with Vijay Verma. Again, a very fine actor who's finally, I think,
He's
getting his due.
so good.
Yeah.
He's so good in this series. Oh my god. He's
Isn't it amazing? You have actors like Vijay, Jaydeep Alawat, Vineet Kumar. Finally, the world seems to be discovering how
That's
good
what
they
I
are.
said. That's what I
Yeah,
said. Because we always compromise on that one department,
exactly.
and it doesn't matter whether you're an actor or not.
Right. And when you see their work, then you realize what a difference it makes, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what my point is. If you have good actors,
Yeah.
you you can make better work.
Yeah. Who is going to make Bollywood understand that? Very tough.
I know.
But so you're in that, then you're in Shantaram, which begins what, this year or
Next
next
year.
year? Next
Next year.
year. So what,
I've done a film called Raat Akeli Hai with Hani Trehan. Um,
and Nawaz, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That might come out this year, I think.
Was that interesting being back
Yeah,
working
yeah.
with Nawaz again?
Yes. Working with Hani was also great.
Hmm.
It was his debut film, and
He's usually a casting director, isn't he?
yeah, but that's because of that or whatever it is. But he's so nuanced. I mean, um, I used to think I overthink. Clearly, I was wrong about understanding why somebody's saying this between the lines, history, geography of the character. Honey, the research he'd done, and then he knew everything. He'd always give me something about every single line, which I would have never thought of.
Hmm.
Um, he's so good with actors, I think.
So you enjoyed working on that movie?
Yes.
Is it what kind of movie is it? Can you
It's a
talk?
murder mystery. It's a like a very, yeah, it's a genre driven like
Right.
thriller, murder
And
mystery.
again, we come to Nawaz again, a guy who the world has suddenly discovered again, because if you cast good actors,
Yeah.
then you know. And the question of payment: if you pay peanuts, then you do get monkeys, as they say. With no offense to monkeys,
Oh
but
no,
to
they pay a
pay
lot
that,
of money for stars.
yeah, but they don't necessarily pay the same amount across gender.
No, they don't.
So you have to live with it.
Yeah. And I try wherever I can
Huh?
to push for it.
Hmm.
And mostly I suck it up because I feel that you can't change the system from this step. You have to climb and climb and climb and climb. And if you start getting power, then you change it. Like if I tomorrow make a film, oh boy, everybody will be paid the same amount of money. As in, there'll be. I would not like. See, the thing is, I do understand, and I've said this before. I do understand why a Salman Khan or an Akshay Kumar will get paid more than me. Suppose if I'm with them, they bring all the money. Of
Right.
course, they will get paid more. That's not my point. My point is when if you have me in the film or whoever, and if you have my parents, so there's a female and a male actor. They have the same number of days and whatever, and they are not going to change your box office collection. But still, the man will get paid more than the woman.
Hmm.
That's the problem. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the discrepancy like is there, and you can't really
Right.
justify it by saying
Yeah.
that oh the box office.
Yeah. And that's as you said, it can be frustrating. So as an actor, you have to practice a lot of deep breathing, no?
Oh, trust me, the amount of work I've done for which I have not been paid at all.
Really?
Oh, of course. Like in India, if you get like, you can't get your payment. You have to beg. You have to remind them. You have to follow up
For your own money.
for your own money because it's like you have to, like oh shit, is that okay if you pay me? Is that sort of a thing? My God, and oh God, and now because of coronavirus, everybody's like, oh, we
Oh,
can't,
we are so broke, and you know.
because, and but I did the job in Jan, and you were supposed to pay me in Jan. Oh yeah, but what happened to coronavirus?
Listening to you is making me angry. I don't know what it makes you.
I don't know. But this is with everybody, not with actors. I think it's everybody. So many people constantly waiting. I don't understand. Pay people on time, yeah. I mean, it's not even. That's when I did two foreign films. The one thing I realized, the two things I realized,
Right.
three things I realized actually. One is that payments just came. I didn't have to
Right.
ask for
You
it.
didn't ever have to ask anyone.
Never. And if they were late by a day, they would apologize.
Hmm.
Then people came on time. On set, we broke for everything on time. We ended the day on time. And third thing was everybody actually knew the script. In India, it's like um, everybody's asking each other, what happened after this exactly? What has happened before this scene? But everybody's done their research. They know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, again, I'm not describing all Indian sets.
Yeah.
I know some production houses where it's very meticulous. I'm very particular about that. So I'm yet to work with them.
Radhika, you've also been so vocal about Me Too. You've been so vocal about the discrimination of all kinds. Has that ever not got you parts?
No, I mean, at least I don't know. Maybe people just rejected me before they come to me, but I don't know. But people get. It's strange because I did something recently and they thought it was anti-feminist, which it was not. It had nothing to do with
What
anti-feminism.
did you do?
I shouldn't talk about it openly, but it wasn't anti-feminist. It was just, I mean, love stories actually. Okay, I'll tell you. Love stories. Some people thought that it's so anti-feminist. It's like, how could you do that? I'm like,
Yeah.
A, I haven't written it to take my name off. But secondly, it's nothing to do with anti-feminism. It has absolutely, it's a character study. It's about a character. It has
Right.
nothing to do, we never speak about why can't a woman be like this? No, it's and cliche and sort of making it into this, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so a couple of people who just won't consider me for something because they were like, how could you do it? And I'm like, whatever. I
What?
mean,
Really?
but it happens, no? I mean, I don't know. I don't care really.
But I hope you're not going to not come back. I have this increasing feeling. My heart is thinking that you're going to come back, no, and be
I mean,
part of.
of course I'll come back. I'm shooting for Shantaram in India, and I'm trying to write things that I would want to do in India if at all it is half decent to be made, and if ever anybody puts money in it uh, to be made, which is very difficult. Um, but and if I get good, I've just read a good script for a film, and I said yes. So
Yeah.
if film happens, it's exciting. So if that happens, actually, I have quite a few scripts, about 4 or 5 scripts I haven't even read, which I have to read this week. So,
So
no, of
there's
course,
a lot. Yeah.
but I want to
There's a lot
also,
that's.
yeah,
Sorry.
be abroad. I also want to be abroad, I think.
Yeah.
Be everywhere a little bit.
I think you can increasingly. It's just that, of course, you'll have to do many more auditions, but just the idea that you could meet Mark Ruffalo. Did you actually ever meet him then?
No, no, I didn't meet him. I only met Derek's friends. No.
Next stop.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for talking to us. It's been an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure, and
Thank you.
I really liked Wedding Guest. I thought it was
Thank you.
like all Winterbottom movies. It is polarizing. He never makes anything.
Yeah.
It is impossible for him to make anything that everyone will love. But
Yeah.
that's what makes cinema interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
I agree. He makes what he wants.
exactly, and
Doesn't
and
care.
and that's really what an artist ought to do. And I guess that's where you're headed as well. So I hope so,
Yeah, I hope
at
so too.
least in that direction. And of course, acting with Dev Patel must be a bonus.
I mean, he's such a sweet boy.
He
Yeah, he
is.
was.
He's very good. But again, someone making very interesting choices from
Yeah, and he's writing,
Lion to,
directing a film, and he's also acting in it
yeah,
now. I'm
yeah.
very excited to see what he makes.
And to be playing David Copperfield. I mean, that's the ultimate colorblind casting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. I was so happy when he told me. I was like, yes, like,
That's
great.
that's where we want to be, don't we? Yeah, great.
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully we'll get there. Thank you so much, Radhika,
Thank
for
you so
talking
much.
to us,
Thank
and
you.
take care and
You
see you
too.
soon.
See you
Bye.
soon. You too.
Bye.
Take care.